It's a family affair. It's a family affair. Look, what up, Eagle Talk fam?
What up, y'all?
Now, if you are not watching on YouTube, you don't see our son shaking his head. He SMHing at us right now. But that is why we're singing, because we have a special guest. Hey, baby boy.
What up, dude?
What's up?
How you feeling?
Good.
This is his third time with us on Eagle Talk, and I know he's gonna give y'all some game today.
Yeah, so Corey, just want to preference y'all. You know that I'm Rosemary. We have husband Corey, and now our son Corey is joining us, and he's joined us before, but we've gotten a lot of new followers, and a lot of people are on our platform since you have been a guest, since you've graced us with your presence.
Did you know that when you hear that, it gets probably some of the most views, right?
Yeah, when he's here, people want to see you.
As it should.
You said what?
As it should.
You said as it should.
Yeah.
Is that because you're interested, or is it just because?
I think I bring the people out that time, so just
okay. So cocky much. I guess no. You're confident, baby. You are confident. You should be. And I'm gonna just tell you what the people say about you sometimes, but a lot of folks don't know who you are. So tell them a little bit about yourself.
So my name is Corey Lewis. Also, I'm in a real estate business with my parents. Whenever someone asks me what I do, I just say me and my dad deal with the ugly stuff, and my mom deals with the new, nice HGTV pretty stuff. So
that's true.
I wholesale properties. I just acquired my first rental, and basically whenever we acquire properties, I push them out to my buyers list. I'm a dispositions manager, so I just sell out all the properties throughout the state of Texas. So
sounds like you got a pretty big job situation going on there.
Yeah, it's not easy. So.
It's not easy. So I want to back up a little bit though, Corey, because you are 22 years old, and we let's talk about, like, how did you land in real estate in general?
Well, for me, I can't really speak on anybody else, but it's kind of hard to not get into it when it's in your household. So like, even when I'm going to eat breakfast or whatever, I'm hearing the conversations throughout. My dad, back in Chicago, he was more so a fix and flip investor, so I used to go to his properties all the time, and it just carried on over time.
So is it something that you were forced to do or you chose to do?
It wasn't forced upon me, I would say. I chose to do it, but like, I feel like my dad kind of pushed that into it a little bit at first. So.
I mean, no. Well, yeah, I did, but I never went to you say, "Hey, you have to do this." Right?
No, not that I had to.
Yeah. Okay.
Just want to state the fact.
For the record.
But like, it was always in my face, so it's like, it's kind of hard to like
not pay attention to it. Yeah, that's fair. Yeah,
not do it. Yeah. So, okay, before we get into, because we brought you here to talk about your first investment as a 22-year-old. But before we do that, you were born to parents that the life we live now, and even just our family life, looks different from the way it did when you were growing up. So you really much grew up with us, right? And this is like totally off kilter. Like, what would your perspective of that be from where we just watching us grow? I feel like a lot of your growing up, I was figuring out my life, and sometimes I wonder, was that a gift or a curse for you? But I'm just curious to hear your perspective as you are becoming a man right now. Or are you a man? Are you becoming a man, or you a man?
Definitely, yeah.
Definitely what? You a man? You're a man?
Yeah.
So I'm a man. Well, what's your perspective on that?
Honestly, I kind of realized it probably like the last couple of years. It didn't really hit whenever we first moved to Texas, but probably like when I first graduated, and I see like the more social media and the more meetups, it kind of really stuck out to me with the last Eagle Talk event, like how many people really care about us, and like our growth over time. I just really start to realize the kind of impact that we share on people. So.
Yeah, no, that's pretty dope.
Where do I start? I don't even know. I don't want to go right into the investment. I want to go into your mindset first. How long did it take you to understand that you in a position that a lot of people your age are not in, right? And in the beginning, it took some time, but how long did it take you to wake up and say, you know what, I'm going to do this, and I'm going to do this to the best of my ability?
Can I answer that for him?
No,
I think he woke up Tuesday.
I want to hear from him. From him.
I mean, I wouldn't really say like a timetable, like, because I feel like I fully don't understand it still. Okay. It's kind of like I'm at like to a point like I understand it, but like I'm more so like taking advantage and just going through with it. So definitely after high school for sure.
Okay.
Probably I say middle of the pandemic. Middle of the pandemic is when I say it kind of really stuck. Like when that was like everyone gotta go ahead and get it on their own. That's when it kind of stuck. And like, okay, like this is my kind of upbringing. This is my access. A lot of people don't have this access, so I should be able to make this work.
Okay, yeah. I like that.
But just keeping it gutter, keeping it 100. We still like you have that access, but you're still very much I don't want to say a kid, but you're still very much developing, right?
Yeah.
Because
it's
Corey
still some learning to do.
Yeah, it's still learning, and it's okay. But I'm thinking about, you said your dad kind of pushed you. I feel like y'all have a TED talk. Like, what you think? What you say about 5 nights a week? Y'all have a
yeah, one of those.
You don't like talking to me?
It's not that I don't. You lecture a lot. Like
that's okay.
What goes like a 10-minute conversation turns to like an hour and a half, 2 hour conversation.
Do you learn?
Yeah, but you kind of lose me sometimes. It's kind of like I learn, but it's like you done. Like
is it coming from a place of love?
Sometimes it's not. So like sometimes
I'm just striking out.
Sometimes he hit below the belt.
Yeah,
but you know that.
But let me tell you why.
Okay.
Because how old are you? 22, right?
Yeah.
Okay, at 22, I had you, right? So I was forced to grow up and mature quickly, right? It wasn't a sink or swim. It was a swim. You follow what I'm saying? So I just want you to always just know. And yeah, life is serious and life is hard and all of that. But just like I tell you all the time, you got something that I didn't have at 22, right? I bumped my head thousands of times. I lost hundreds of times to thousands of times. So I just try to make you understand that, give it the extra effort, because you're right. You have all of the tools in front of you every single day.
Yeah,
that's my Eagle Talk rant.
that's your rant. And look, I mean, we always say, and there's no nice way to say it, but we tell you, like, we're not gonna raise a loser.
No,
right?
No.
And even though I know sometimes I get mad over different stuff. Though I get mad when you don't clean the kitchen. Daddy get frustrated, or maybe not mad isn't the word, but we do. Yeah, we love you, but you're
doing great.
So it's tough love though. I mean, you gotta love them from a place of not just giving. Yeah. So fast forward into this investment situation. So you want to talk and start telling the people about what you're doing and how it became about?
About the investment?
Yeah.
What happened? Okay.
Tell them how you found the deal first.
Well,
or do you even know? Do you know?
I believe I do know. If I'm wrong, let me know. Okay. So, what was it the beginning of last year? For the package in Clarksville?
Yeah, he bought the package. Yeah.
So bought a package, he bought a package of 17 in Clarksville, and at times he has me go out and like do bandit times, like we buy houses any condition, all cash with our number on it and stuff. And I think somebody may have called or something like that where a house was available. No, I'm actually lying. It came from a wholesaler. So a wholesaler had a deal in Clarksville and he couldn't sell it. He doing that he went ahead and skipped trace, I think, like the MLS, and seen that you were an investor in the area.
Yeah, he saw owned a lot of houses around.
A lot of houses in the area. My dad was interested. If y'all interested, call us if y'all do got some houses to sell too. But what was I saying?
But no, you talking right.
He called my dad. My dad was interested in the house because he's familiar with the Clarksville area with all the properties that we have and stuff. And then he ran his numbers. And on my birthday, I just see I'm tagged in Instagram stories that the house is mine. So I ain't do nothing. I won't lie to y'all. I ain't do nothing.
So you got tagged.
So I was a little bit. The story is 100% true. I was a little bit more strategic in helping you get this property. We got a lot of properties in Clarksville. This one was much better than any of them that I had. It's 3,000 square feet, like 2,900 and some change. It's 4 bedrooms, 3 baths, corner lot on just a little bit more than a half an acre. And I had houses a block here, but more importantly, we have handyman contractors that deal with the issues. So I knew that the way I can purchase the property from the wholesaler, because he didn't have any other buyer. I think he wanted like 109. I got it for like 95. We're putting about 15 in it, right? And the house would be worth like 90. I think it appraised like 190 or 192. So you're sitting on plenty of equity. We're going to rent it out, and you're on a cash flow. You probably make about $400 a month, so it's about $4,800 a year. But as I put on my IG today, the ultimate play is the equity down the line, right?
Yeah.
You're already getting you're walking into over $80,000 in equity, but in the next 5-10 years, you know, you should be well into the, I don't know, 6 figures, 250 in equity. I don't know. The goal is to pay it off, right?
Yeah.
So whatever is coming in, that
it's just 100%.
100% cash flow. That's the goal. But yes, that was your 22nd birthday present.
So I do appreciate that gift. I don't think you talked to me about that gift. You also didn't talk to me about the rims you bought him the year before, but it is what it is. However, even though that was the gift, you acquired the deal for him. Mm-hmm. You understood that he needed some investment, some buy-in to it.
Yes.
So when it comes to renovating the property, y'all have an agreement. What's the agreement, Corey?
My agreement, just like rehab stuff.
Yeah,
like
your investment to the rehab that you and Daddy are doing.
I'm paying for the rehab. What our agreement was.
Oh, you told me he had to pay part.
No, he paid for. We split the closing costs.
Money. Yeah, the closing costs.
It cost like $5,000 to close the deal, and I made him split that.
Okay.
I didn't want to put the rehab on him yet. Maybe his next deal or something like that, we'll split it. What I mainly wanted to do as far as rehab was have him involved in the project.
Okay.
You know, whether it was the paint, the floors, countertops. There wasn't a whole lot to do to this property. It's just a big house.
Yeah.
And cutting the grass, paying the taxes, dealing with the tenants. You know, I wanted him involved with that. The money part, I take the hit for that on the first one. But I wanted you involved in learning the numbers and dealing with the problems.
So how has that been? Because you've been to the property a couple times to walk it, to talk to the contractor. So what has that been like, that experience for you? It's
really like a blur, honestly, because like I've done like the Airbnb in Dallas, right? Like we've seen that before. It was rehab, Mansfield, all the houses like in Chicago. I've seen it, but I really didn't understand it. So it was kind of just like I was like a student. Like when we walk into houses and like the contractor, he think like everything's fine, and my dad say the doorknobs, you need to do that done, do this, do that. Like he like broke everything down. So like, it was like a learning like curve for me. And it's like, it's mine though. So I want to like cherish it and like break everything down. So I know from my future rental or investment, I know what to look for.
Yeah. So here's a real talk feedback. So the first time y'all went out there to see the house, husband Corey came back a little annoyed, like, man, Corey do this, Corey do that, meaning that you were just not really all the way with it, right? In terms of looking at the house.
I don't think he really understood that it was his.
Yeah, he did. It really, because you've been walking these houses all your life. But then you said the last time y'all went, how was your?
The last time. So they've been working on the house for about 2 weeks now, and now homie got his chest out when he walking in. The last time so we checking on the work that's being done, and we walk in the door, and I go to the left and he go to the right, and he check, trying to see what's been done since the 2 weeks prior since we've been there. And we kind of met in the kitchen, and then we looked at each other, and then we passed each other in the kitchen, and we went to the backyard and just around. It was kind of cool because he's showing a sense of ownership, right? Yeah. Some pride and some enjoyment in what he have. And I'm gonna be honest with you, I gave him a superior product. Yeah. I said it on my IG that years ago in this particular city is where a lot of prominent doctors and lawyers used to buy these big houses, and they were actually there almost like vacation homes.
Yeah.
So the area is it was a well-to-do area, so I was happy to give it to him because of also the history of what it was.
So how did you feel, Corey, walking in the second time? I know the first time it's been a blur. It kind of, and I get that too, because same deal. Like Corey, I've been married to you for, oh my goodness, 16 years, but you've been flipping and doing stuff for 2000. Yeah. So he told me, I want to go out the car show. I said, baby, let me tell you something. I love you. I was like, I love you.
She still ain't seen the house.
I was like, but I'm not going to give you the response you're looking for, because that's about the 1,000th house.
You don't get excited about it.
Yeah, but in order to, I don't think you should get excited about the houses I walk. Like, we need some boundaries. But so I'm with you. I understand the whole blur thing, because I'm like, show me when it's done, right? That's when I want to see it. But it is yours. So how did the second time going? And when you go again, and as you're checking up and following up on a property, like, what are you thinking as a 22-year-old?
The second time when I just went, it was more so like, okay, I had like a photographic memory of what happened. I took before and after pictures, so I was looking to compare, see like if anything needs to be fixed or something that I spotted that was wrong. Like it was more so like like a detective type. Like
Yeah.
I'm really searching to find a problem,
Good.
but like
Good stuff.
everything was good. Like I really enjoyed the second time, and I'm looking forward to like the final product.
That's good. That's good. So let's future forecast, right? Because let me be the first to tell you, your daddy ain't gonna keep buying you houses.
No,
God bless. We gonna set you up.
One and done, baby boy.
Yeah. So let's future forecast. Like if you dream this real estate dream for you, what does that look like for you? Like, take us out of it. What do you want your legacy and empire to look like?
My empire, like, I feel like I have a lot more access at my age than what he had. Not even just so like relationships, but like social media, courses, YouTube. Like I have a lot more at stake. So like I just look at like taking his situation, and then when I'm his age, I'll just 10x it. Whatever.
So you gonna wait till his age to 10x it?
No, I'm just saying like in his position, like at where he is. Like I'm just taking these baby steps to try to catch up to him as fast as I can at my young age. And by the time I'm at his age where he's at, I just want to 10x and just start my own thing. And then my kids, like me, they'll have their own properties and bounce it down like that.
So what? Let me shorten the question a little bit for the viewer. So we're 22 right now. What does 30 look like? What do you anticipate that you will have, or the lifestyle that you want to live at the age of 30? Because we talk about this all the time.
Yeah.
Just kind of narrowing it down and really, we got an 8-year plan. Let me put it that way.
Well, living in Texas, I mean, I enjoyed the life in Texas. Kids, maybe, but what's like personal kid? I mean, 8 years.
Kids. You said kid.
I mean, you had me young. I'm doing all right with my age. I'm still good. I just feel like around that time, passive income for sure. He's really strong on like teaching like a lot of passive income. So whether that's just
passive income in what way? How many houses? We're talking multifamily, single family. What are we talking?
Single family. I'm not really into like multifamily. I know a little bit about it, but I'm not really like
versed in it yet.
Versed in it yet. Yeah. So I wouldn't really say it as of right now. Next year or tomorrow, it might be different. But single family, maybe start off with 25
houses.
Yeah.
I like that.
25 houses, and with our access, I feel like that's really obtainable.
Yeah.
So definitely 25 houses when it comes down to having them as rentals. And then I want to have like another wholesale team, and I want to find something like a digital type money.
A digital money maker.
Yeah, I'm not really sure.
Yeah, that's something we've talked about, and we are going to continue to leverage that, because you're right. Like you see in your business that, don't get me wrong, what we're doing with real estate is great, but it requires our work and our effort. So, it's great to have the business savvy and the effort, but I definitely think that you need to entertain like what ways can you be making money online, because that's going to free you up even more. Yeah. So Corey, what would you say? I mean, I always say this to you every time we're here, but talking to people your age, because what your dad and I get a lot is that, which almost like how you say, you kind of looked up one day and you're like, man, you see the growth because we're living it, right? So I say the same thing. A lot of times we'll have a lot of our friends, either they have, or people that we know, either they have small children, so they can't even really imagine what the 22-year-old version of their kid looks like. So they're really impressed with just how, aside from business, is how you interact with us. Or we have people who, their children are just choosing a different road and it just looks different, right? They wish that there was a different life for them. So what would you say to those parents? Normally I ask you about the kids. What would you say to those parents that are really just concerned about how their kid gonna turn out? Like what would you speak into their life?
For the parents, I would say, for the kid, see what they like, what interests do they have in, and then push that towards them. So like, say for instance, like me, I was interested in real estate. My dad, he bought me a real estate course to be an agent. I didn't become an agent, but like at least like they see that like you're supporting their dream, and then if it doesn't work out, okay, on to the next one. Like just have that support system for them, and don't be afraid to learn with them too, because they can put you on something that they might have read about. Like for instance, kids talking about like the metaverse. I don't know nothing about the metaverse, but it might be a new avenue that they want to pursue, and then they could teach you, and then y'all can learn together. So definitely parents support your kid's dream. Whatever that dream is, try to find a hole in it and support it.
I like when you said, don't be afraid to learn.
With your kid.
Yeah, with the kid, because we just experienced that last week at the mastermind.
Yep.
I mentioned to you guys on the last episode that we went to a 2-day mastermind that was just powerful. And the whole time that I was there, 2 things happened. The whole time that I was there, I was grateful that I brought him with me at a cost, because it did cost. It wasn't free education. And the second thing I noticed in this mastermind, because we had been to one before, is that I was impressed on how you worked the room. You weren't scared to walk up to people, get their information, ask questions, ask for resources and stuff like that. So I like when you're talking about learning, because I think that that's important. I mean, you see me do it every day on YouTube, or who I'm talking to. You see your mother do it with the courses and stuff that she signed up for. And just the fact that, I mean, you were the youngest in the room, right? And the crazy part about it is everybody came up to me talking about how impressed they were with you.
Right. And we like, Corey. Like, not that we impressed.
But I might be just sitting there on my phone or returning an email or something.
Yeah.
And like, I just want to shake your hand. You're doing a good job with your son. So that, that made me feel real good. But I don't want to take that from you. So just continue to do that.
What I do appreciate about you, Corey, is because you are, even when Daddy told me, like, man, he was really working the room, and that's not normal to you. Like, you're a little more. Would you consider yourself to be an introvert or extrovert?
Kind of in between. It's like depends on situation, but that kind of grew though, like, because it was like when Donnie, he first had like the events like at the hotel, like I was more so like standoffish, and then like our other partners we were with, like they'll kind of help me like introduce myself. Like it wasn't like I just woke up and did it. It took like a couple tries to
build your confidence.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, if you're going to invest and go to the event, like I'm leaving with, I never forget. I told y'all this one time I went to Oprah's show. And Oprah on her, I loved Oprah, and Oprah on the like commercial break, I screamed out, Oprah, I love you and I'm a teacher. Y'all remember Oprah calmed me down. I took the picture, and when I got in the car, I told Corey what happened. He was like, oh, only you, of course you did. But my thing was, listen, I don't know if I'm ever gonna be in a room with Oprah again, and she gonna know I'm in the room, right? And now that experience, I've been to the Oprah show again after that, but I don't even remember what the topic was, because I was just I didn't make myself known to be there. So I appreciate that, and I feel like there are a lot of people, even grown people our age, that can get some feedback from that on how important it is to actually just get out.
Yeah.
All right, son. Well, we appreciate you. Look, and we didn't have to threaten to put you out to be on Eagle Talk this time.
It was last minute, so
he was kind of voluntold, and he showed up.
This time you did better. This time you did better.
No.
He gave some value, gave some tips, and it was something I was going to tell you. Oh, I know. I'm proud of you. That's what it was.
Yeah.
We want you to keep. I'm glad you gave your 8-year goal, and at 30 we'll revisit it again. Hopefully you do hit everything. You stay focused and get what you're going after. I'm definitely gonna support you 1,000,000%. We didn't give the best part about the investment, which is somebody on your same block owns a property.
Yeah, that kind of sucks. So it's like 22 years for me, but it's 10 years for him. That kind of sucks.
I mean,
like,
who got a property, Corey?
My brother. He don't do nothing. Like he don't deserve nothing. At least I work. I try to work. He don't even do nothing.
I didn't have the means, Corey, to do it. So
that's not fair.
Yeah. Well, another property came up, so we have two brothers that are gonna have homes.
Sadly.
On the same block. That's a story. That's a book one day that y'all can talk about in there. But no, that was a really enjoyable moment. I sat in front of both of those properties and prayed, and was just happy that it happened like that. So we're proud of you, and hopefully we can do this again and show your journey and your growth in another year. And we're happy to have you on Eagle Talk in front of our friends and family.
All right, y'all. We'll see you next week. Bye.
See y'all.
Yeah.